In a world where nature reigned unchallenged, where shadows stretched cold across the wilderness and danger lurked in every crevice of the earth, life was a daily test of survival. Early humans lived in crude caves, huddling together for safety and shelter, battling the biting winds of harsh winters with little more than animal skins and fragile hope. It was a time of resilience, of grit, and of quiet bravery. Among them was a young man named Karu. He wasn't the strongest of the hunters nor the fastest, but there was a spark inside him unlike any other. An insatiable curiosity. While others focused on wresting life from the land day by day, Karu was consumed by questions. Why did the sun warm their skin through the day, yet disappear at night to let freezing winds claim its place? Why did the stars blink coldly in the distance, but never offer light when it mattered most? Why was the world as it was? And did it have to stay that way? These thoughts gnawed at him, even as cold nights sapped the strength from his limbs. It was during one such cold winter night that Karu's story began in earnest. The wind howled against the mouth of the tribe's cave, and no number of skins could chase away the biting chill. Mothers wrapped their shivering children closer, and Karu sat by himself, clutching his knees, watching his breath rise in faint clouds. His eyes drifted to the pitch black outside, the world beyond their fragile sanctuary. What was out there? Beasts, certainly, yet sometimes, deep in the wild, Karu swore he had seen flickers of light. It wasn't the stars or the moon, it was something restless, something alive. And so, when morning came, Karu made his decision. He would join the hunting party, not just to chase food, but to chase answers. The hunt began, as every hunt did, with patience and tension. The men of the tribe stalked through the dense forest, their spears poised, their senses attuned to every rustle of the underbrush. Hours passed. The sun hung low in the sky. Finally, they spotted their prey, a lean, swift deer grazing near the edge of a clearing. And then the world changed. A sudden crack split the air, sharper and louder than any sound Karu had ever heard. He flinched as a bolt of lightning ripped through the heavens, its blinding light shattering the sky. The hunters froze, their prey forgotten. In the moments that followed, Karu saw it, the tree. Struck by the lightning, its branches now roared with golden-red brilliance. Flames surged, devouring dry bark with a hunger all their own. Heat washed over Karu's face even from a distance. The animals bolted, vanishing into the forest, but Karu stood rooted, transfixed. It wasn't just light, it was warmth, it was power. It was alive, moving and crackling like some untamed spirit. Cautiously, he crept closer, feeling the heat intensify. His fear mingled with awe. He extended a trembling hand toward the blazing branches, just close enough to feel their strange magic. For the first time, Karu felt something he couldn't name. Hope, perhaps. A secret whispered by nature itself. With care, Karu managed to tear a small branch from the burning tree. Its tip still glowed, hissing and spitting angrily. He ran back to the cave with the tribe's confused and wary hunters trailing behind. By the time they reached the others, the flame was barely clinging to life. Yet when Karu placed the branch on the cave floor, the spark flared once more, capturing every eye in that dim, cold cavern. The tribe gathered around, hesitant at first. They edged closer, their hands outstretched, feeling warmth they had never known. The children stopped shivering. The elders whispered in hushed tones. Karu watched their faces, illuminated by the golden glow of the fire. It was as if the sun itself had come down to rest in their midst. But something else became clear. The fire was fragile. It dwindled too quickly, leaving the tribe plunged back into the cold. Karu's triumph gave way to determination. If fire could be made by nature, then perhaps nature's lessons could reveal how to make it again. What followed were days of relentless effort. Karu devoted himself to understanding fire. He observed, remembered, and experimented. He struck stones together, imitating the lightning spark, but found only frustration. He twisted sticks against dry grass until blisters formed on his hands. Fire remained elusive, its secrets hidden just beyond his grasp. His failure weighed heavily on him. Then one day it happened. Under a bleak gray sky, Karu sat on a patch of dry earth outside the cave. In his hands were two smooth, sharp stones he had found in the river. Flint, though he didn't yet know its name. With a determined grunt, he struck them together. A faint spark leapt between them. He froze, staring. Could it be? He struck again, harder. A larger spark flew, landing on a pile of dry leaves he had gathered. Slowly, carefully, he leaned down, blowing air onto the tiny ember that had appeared. The leaves caught. Flames flickered to life, the second fire Karu had ever seen, but the first he had ever created. When Karu brought the fire back to the cave, the tribe erupted in joy and marvel. But with fire came responsibility. The tribe learned that fire was neither friend nor foe, but a gift, and one that demanded respect. It could warm, yes, but it could also destroy. They learned to protect it, to tame it, to keep it close without letting it run wild. And they carried its lessons with them as they grew stronger, wiser, and braver. Through Karu's curiosity, humanity had pierced the darkness. They had taken a step toward mastering their world. From that day forward, fire would burn not just in their caves, but in their hearts, a symbol of their resilience, their ingenuity, and their unyielding spirit. And so a single spark lit the path to human progress.